Greetings everyone and welcome back to another Paris Fashion Week-ish style vlog. I filmed this over the course of like summer and recently in fall, so it's kind of just an amalgamation of all this footage. But yeah, this should give you an idea of what it's like to work in fashion in Paris and what I've been up to doing it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I went to this open call at this modeling agency saying they were looking for new talent, new models to sign. So I figured why not try and get back into the game. And it didn't work out, unfortunately. And you know what? It's perfectly fine that sometimes things don't work out. Maybe it wasn't meant to be, and that's okay. Just because one person says no or one thing doesn't work out the way that you planned or expected it to, doesn't mean that it should stop you from continuing or stop you from pursuing what you want out of life. And the cold hard truth is that there will be a lot more no's than there are yeses, but those yeses will feel so good that it almost makes the pain of rejection and all that time patiently waiting worth it in the end. This was some kind of like music presentation that was going on where this guy was DJing, but it was kind of weird because everyone was just standing around and looking like it was like a art show. Now this was actually a fun party. I think this was probably in the top 3 funnest parties I've been to. It was for a brand called Lu Dan, and it was this Chinese karaoke food restaurant, and there was a mahjong tournament going on, and I played and got a second round, which is not bad. Anyways, here I am back at work once again doing some styling assist for an editorial for a magazine called The Face.
Here's the deal. I have to somehow magically get all of this, right, into a suitcase, maybe 2 suitcases. Let's figure that out.
Anyways, while you watch me pack all these clothes in 5x speed, I decided why not talk about my thoughts on working in fashion. The funny thing is that I haven't really been working in fashion that long. I started around maybe a year ago now, and at first I started just as an assistant. I did a set design job, and then from there I started doing some more styling assist, which I hadn't really had any experience doing before. I kind of just jumped into it one day, and from then on just continued to do it. And then I got into PR through the styling assist by having a bunch of credits and meeting people. And here I am now. And I am grateful for what styling has done for me career-wise and the doors that it's opened for me. But I don't personally think I want to become a stylist long-term. I used it as an entry point because it was pretty easy to get into, and it's, you know, fun and you meet great people. But I think that from here on out, I don't know if I'm going to continue doing styling. I guess to put it simply is that I don't see myself doing styling. I'm not passionate enough about styling to really continue doing it. So I think I'm going to focus on the things that I am passionate about, or things that I am good at too, or that I am inspired to do, which will probably end up bringing me back to entertainment and production and other things that I naturally felt inclined to do. I mean, all that being said, I still think that if the opportunity presents itself to work on a great project and with a great stylist, I probably would do it. So, I don't know, ignore most of that. This was the morning of this shoot. I woke up early in pain, not much of a morning person, but I got this apple pie at the grocery store, which was okay. Probably should have just tried to look for a bakery because it's around the same price, but like way better in quality and size too. Now we're on location at this super cool photo studio just outside the city, and they were building some really cool sets, and there was great natural lighting coming through. I had to unpack everything, set everything up, steam it, get it ready to shoot, yada yada yada, you know the deal. I think one of the biggest drawbacks about being a stylist, or the thing I dislike the most about being a stylist, is the amount of clothes that you have to deal with and lug around and carry and steam and this and that, and then eventually they don't even get used sometimes. But I do love a good loaded craft service table, which is something I also miss about the film industry. This is like a POV if you were a cockroach or like a worm looking up at me while I eat my croissant, and then like the crumbs and the flakes of the croissant fall down onto you and you like eat them off the floor. But anyways, back to what I was saying before. It's interesting how life isn't always such a direct, straight path, that sometimes you do end up veering off and, taking a detour somewhere completely different, something that you never thought you would do or never really thought of. And that in turn helps you come back to the path that you originally had chosen or thought of. So if you ever feel like you're in a position where you feel stuck, or you don't know what to do, or you're not sure what the next step should be, I recommend trying something completely different, or testing something out, or getting out of your comfort zone and seeing what else is out there, what else you're capable of doing. Because you never really know who you might meet, or what you might learn, or the things you might experience that could help you grow into the person that's able to take the next step in the direction that you want to go. Or maybe it will totally change your perspective, and now you realize that this is something else that you wanted to do, and it's completely different than what you originally thought of. Anyways, after a long day, finally got home, and the next day, right back at it with the returns. I did decide to take the metro this day because my body was absolutely destroyed and aching, and this helped. This was me trying my first ever pierogi. I think I got the apple flavor, and it was pretty good, but for the price, I don't know. I think I could get better. And that's it. That's done for day one, but little did I know that I'd have plenty more to do and ship out to finish the job. But I was on a high note, so I thought, why not celebrate with the classic burger, fries, and a Sprite in front of this beautiful Parisian view. And here's me cramped in the elevator with the rest of the boxes I had to ship out. But shout out to Stephanie if you're watching this. Thanks for having me. Love you. Got to spend my day off soaking up some sun, getting that vitamina D. And then went to go catch the Dare live in concert, playing at this little club called the Boule Noire. Here's a little flash warning because it does get a little crazy in the show. The Dare had this opener DJ called, I think, Taylor Sky, who was actually really great and played some absolute bangers that I haven't seen before. So, shout out. And this was the second time I've seen the Dare, I think. And to be honest, he played the exact same show. But it's a great show nonetheless. And if you have a chance to go see him, I highly recommend it. Although I think his prices might be like way higher now after that collab. And that's it. Last day in Paris, leaving to go back home to Los Angeles. I think this was back in like June, so I went back for the summer. And yeah, wasn't really happy about it, but ended up doing some great stuff at home during that time. So it was worth it in the end. The funny thing about flying back home to California is that like all of a sudden you look out the window and it's just pure desert. But that's it. You made it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this one. As always, remember to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.